Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We are sat the other side of Toon Station, to the speed side of it, staring at my experiment with a different type, slightly different type of retaining wall. It's going to help with not only the tree issue that we saw in the cab ride, but it looks nice. There's also room just in front of us to put a third track if we need to. We might do that because, as I've mentioned before, we don't have the benefit of scheduling, which is fine. We can work with it, can't we? We are squished down as well, so we've got to fit a lot of trains in a small section of track. So we may do that, and it's left there so that we can expand as needed. As promised, I have gone away and tweaked not all of our line rates. I've saved a couple because they're quite important. They're easy fixes, but they serve well for early and mid game. And I've got to thank Bowtied Engineer for reminding me. Back in, when was it? The Midwest Main Line, right at the beginning. You'll remember with our trucks, I would, or if you're new to the channel, you won't remember. But what we did was we held the trucks up at raw material factories to balance the line rate easily and have a good visual representation of how the line's doing without having to delve into the actual numbers. So yes, thank you for reminding me about that. We'll zoom out. Ignore that. Well, don't ignore that. That's how I did it. It's invisible track. Now we'll bring up the UI. As you can see, we're back in the money. We'll take a look at the lines, at the difference, tweaking them and making them more efficient. Does for us. But this does not have any retaining wall. No, that's exactly what it does have. It doesn't have any invisible track anymore. It's just used to set it up. I don't know whether it's a good idea removing it. That's what this example and test is for. If they build too close, we could have issues where it starts vanishing or big holes appearing. There goes one of our express trains. We could technically afford to change them now. How many people on? Yeah. Should we do that? That wasn't planned. We only have Heidi currently as the new train, but we could go and... Is that this one? Click on it again. Manage vehicle. Yes, it is. We can replace these, can't we? With the new wagons. There's no need to replace the well, actually, thinking about it, we might as well just replace the whole thing. And that way we have a brand new loco on there as well. So it was one of those, and then 8 of these, I think. Something like that. Yeah, 210. How many is that? 7? Yeah, one more. That should help with the throughput. 22.8 million. As you can see, my adjustments to the lines have made us a bit of profit. I don't mind having 2 different trains on here for a little while. It adds a little bit of variety, doesn't it? Which train's this that's coming up? Oh, that is Heidi. Heidi, hi. 126,240. Now, as you can see, I've probably chosen the wrong train because both of our big capacity trains are next to each other. It doesn't matter. They'll all be changed eventually. Shall we go over and take a look at what I've done? As you can see, our stone line, I've been hard at work balancing this line using the wait until full, and it should be roughly, no, about perfect. There we go. Our trucks are pulling away. Our next truck is pulling in to load up and shouldn't have to wait too long. You'll see it doesn't say 200, which is what it needs to be currently, but it will eventually. For a while, it doesn't say the correct rate. When I first did it, it said somewhere in the region of 150 line rate. Yeah, so you can't rely on the game's initial line rate figure. But doing it like this, as Bowtie Engineer reminded me, you can easily adjust your lines. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot to do that. It's what we did all the way at the beginning of the Midwest Main Line to make sure it ran like clockwork. Oh yes, I was going to show you the difference these changes have made to the line. If we go to the actual line and then finances, there we go. There was how it was before with our old trucks. Then we replaced them all. The running costs went up. Well, they doubled. Did this double? I bet this didn't double though, did it? No, not even close. So yes, it wasn't ideal, was it? It wasn't efficient. But look at that. As I balanced the line, the running costs went down, and the income pretty much stayed like it was before. There we go. And this is where we're at now. Almost the same running costs, but look at the profit margin. That's fantastic. So that really helps. As you'll remember, I kept looking at this the last episode. How are we going to get this to upgrade? Because consumers shipping 128 to Steffisburg. Okay, but if we go over to Steffisburg, you'll see they require 157, which would take this construction materials plant into the upgrade zone, which we really need, because that would kick the production of the quarry up to maximum, and then we can take it to maximum level 2. We don't really need to change how much we deliver. The one thing I did forget, yep, our cities have expanded, haven't they? And they've expanded beyond the scope of our single station here. You can do it like this. You can do it like this. You can see the ants marching along here that show you which buildings it's going to reach, but it's not as clear as doing this. There, you can see that really clearly. These factories up here are not being served, nor are these, nor are they. Most of them are, but it's not going to see us get full demand up to the construction materials plant there. And I just forgot to do it. Why was that? Did it have anything to do with me getting carried away with doing stuff like this? I would say yes. But I like numbers just as much as I like doing pretties. So we're going to do a little bit of much needed optimization of our lines. We could upgrade these as well. We have the funds now. I know we spent a bit upgrading that train. If we make these changes, 15 buildings will be moved, 3 million. Okay, well, I guess it would be pricey, wouldn't it, to move a building. We can do the same here. One building will be removed, which is unfortunate as it's a factory, which is what we need. But we've got this tidy. Let's upgrade this one as well. 8 buildings will be removed. No, moved? Not removed. Don't remove them. That would be terrible. I don't mind this being a little... What we got here? Boeing 737. Probably not going to appear on the map. Although I'd like to put airports in soon. Before the end of the series. As there are plenty around the map. They are going to cost us. I'm not sure if they'll be profitable. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. More than likely, when we can upgrade these cities to be quite beefy, I do want to try and do that to the extent that we're going to add more industries to really buff these guys. There's our oil refinery. Is that the oil refinery? Crude oil, right? Oil. Oh, that's straight up oil. Where's the crude oil? Wait a second. Does this not require... I thought these required... Oh, they don't on this map. I thought they required crude oil, but we don't need to do that. Okay. Well, that's pretty straightforward then. That's one of the things we're going to do. I guess that makes sense. What we could say is that it's being imported from somewhere else and we've just got the end product to deal with in our domain. Anyway, what was you doing, Grand? You got really sidetracked. Never see me to get distracted, do you? Never. Yeah, we need to fix this issue so that we are reaching every single industry. And there are many ways we could do this. We could encourage them to move over here by bulldozing those that are out of range of our single truck depot, which is pricey and a bit of a late game thing. But for the mid game, what we're going to do is just have a multi-drop system, which should work just fine, which will kick up the production at our construction material plant there. If we do it on that side, we can drive down here around there and then back out of the city, out of the town. And it does reach everywhere on this side of town. That about covers everything. If we put that in there, you'll see this one covers all the bricks up here. This one will cover everything down this side. And that should last us for quite a while. I do like the multi-drop system, as deliveries tend to be that, don't they? When we add this next stop after Mill Lane, because we're going to head down here and then around and then up. We could head this way, I guess. We'll see how it does when we add it. But keep an eye on this here, the shipment, and we'll go and check on it as well once we're done. We're limited. Oh, it's actually gone up to 131, probably because we've got a new industry. Anyway, add this in. There we go. I don't mind that. We could probably waypoint it to avoid this section of the bus route. I don't mind it having to wait occasionally, but if we can avoid some of the stops, for instance this one, it'll be great. It's not really going to affect our journey too much. So what we'll do is we'll get us a waypoint and we'll put it in here, manage line, and then after Victoria Street could you pop up that way and just avoid that bus section there, that bus stop. Over to the factory. Is that gonna start us on the upgrade path, which will be perfect? I'll then have to increase the amount of goods we can, or the amount of stone we can carry from the quarry. But that's a good problem to have, because that will mean our trucks will be making even more profit. Double, in fact, because we will be able to deliver all, I think it's 300 is the next one, right? Yeah, so not double. 50% more. Well, it's all profit, and it will start producing 300. Will you do it? Well, we've increased our rate here, haven't we, from the factory itself, and we may need to increase that. It depends, because I've only just changed this one. It's the last thing I did. But there we go, guys. There we go. Our factory is going to upgrade if we can keep this up. We may need to add another truck back. But it looks like we are gradually making our way up to level 2. Which will mean this will expand and will look great on the horizon. Oh yeah, that's kicked up to exactly the amount they require. Is that correct? Should match this, 156, 156. In turn, this figure here, the 60%, is going to obviously go up as well, which is going to increase our population of Steffisburg. Which will then filter down to our buses, which we can probably manage a little better now. We're probably oversupplying our stops here. Now that we've removed most of our lines on the lake here, it's still being used. I would like to see how that affected the finances for this line. There's the bit where we introduced the train. We then recovered by consolidating all lines just into one that goes all the way down the lake there. Still a possibility to have another harbour here. Are you almost? Almost. Can we pin that so we can see it upgrade? Or once it gets close anyway. Here's the trick. And you'll see. Yeah, we're well over capacity, aren't we? we got way too many of these little Isuzu trucks. Which is fine. We can get rid of them now and balance this line out. We don't need that many waiting there. It's going to save us money. We're going to be taking exactly the same amount of goods in the same amount of time, except we won't have trucks sitting around at the depot there. Not the depot, the yard. What's the line rate currently here? 220. We can probably get rid of one more. We'll see. We'll let it pace itself. That's getting close. The only real reason we're doing that is for the quarry. It just means we can move another 100 goods from 100, what do we call it? Units of stone from our quarry here. I bet we missed the upgrade, you Bert. We did. How does it look? Ooh, there's a lot more buildings. I can't believe we missed it. I sat there with it open almost to the very end. And what did you do? Yeah, you just got distracted. Again. It's fine. We can see the difference. Oh, wow. Yeah, that has really changed, hasn't it? So we're going to have to address that immediately because we're going to need to keep production up, aren't we? What should happen now if we go down here? This quarry should produce 300 as it's doing. So we're going to need more trucks. I don't think no, we won't have the line rate for this, will we, at all? We may need a couple more. That's it, though. Shall we play the depot lottery? I don't like doing it, but shall we try? Please come out of this one. Let's add one more on. You beauty. I didn't realise there were 500,000. This is going to make so much more money for us. Well, it's going to make 50% more money. It should be 50% more profit too. We'll see how this goes now. We'll see what sort of rates we can get from that. It's going to have to slowly get up to speed. But it's lovely to see this now producing 300. These never upgrade. They stay the same. It will always and forever only be able to produce 400 unless you mod it so that it can produce more. I thought about modding it. However, I feel like adding more industries if need be is going to add to the scenery and do a similar thing. Because we have the space, don't we, around our industries to do that. So there we go, guys. We've improved. We'll have to check back on this. Let's check back on, not Brienz. We need to go up down there and check on that. This ferry's still going to get some use though. So it might be nice. It's not getting much use, but it is getting use. What buses do you have? Oh my days. Our purple buses down here are so old. Well, should we fix that a little bit? You don't need to be those. We probably don't need that many. But we are going to change these to the little runabouts. There we go. They're only cheap in comparison to everything else. There you go, guys. You finally got yourselves some new buses. Oh, I forgot about them. Yes. As you can see here, I've changed this as well. What we've got running here, again, our little Isuzu. I like these. I like these for running about and shifting stuff between, say, docks and industry. This never needs to be more than what this can handle. So if you get them both in there, that is 301 and this is 246. So this never needs to be more than 301. However, if we go down here, I've tidied this up as well by separating the two. If you remember, we had these heading back. Now, although that is efficient and will get you a little bit more profit, there's an issue where you can't really balance how much product goes to each of the platforms. So I made it simple. We've just got trucks delivering the grain. They come back empty, but we don't have to worry about the game randomly assigning to each platform. And it saves us having to run double the amount of delivery trucks than we need. The way we have this set up, I have these trucks waiting for a maximum. In fact, if we go here, I can show you a maximum of 1 minute. But mainly, I would like them to congregate here for each ship delivery so we can get it shifted once it all gets here and sent into both Thun and Udendorf there. And then our trucks will head back round that way. We may add a little service road down here to speed things up. It doesn't really need it because while they're sat here, they're not costing us as much money. There we go, guys. It's all been tweaked, hasn't it, and tidied. Things are looking good. Again, our money goes up pretty rapidly now. How is Steffisburg doing? Will this help you grow? Because if we do start meeting demand and they do grow, it's going to create more workspaces and that's just going to filter all the way through our map. Do we want to cut back on a bus here? Probably. If one's empty, I would say that's a little excessive. There we go. And do we need to do the same here? I'm not sure because these kind of head towards the station. But if they're empty and there's not many people waiting, it's going to free up our roads. I was going to say free up our busy roads. But apparently we're doing quite good, aren't we? What is the population of our cities? We've not looked at that in forever. Let's see what our largest city is. Size. Brig with 770 people. And then Domo with 661 speeds. Interlaken, Visp. Sion. Steffisburg is there. It's probably going to grow as well. We can also see our shipment working for us there. Our new modifications to the line. That's good, isn't it? I like it. You can eat emissions. Yeah, we could probably do with upgrading some of our stuff to reduce emissions and and boost the population a little further. This seems popular now. We can definitely afford this replacement. We can get the new Mirage on. This time coloured. There we go. Now, I've been informed there is a mod where you can have these linked together. Not manually, but they come in consists of more than one. So, if you did need the extra capacity, there is a mod for that, which might make sense for this, but it's okay. We'll live with it. There goes one of our trains. It's train 1, so Heidi will be behind you. And there are plenty of people here at the station. 156, 157. We've started to clear the platforms, although this is part of the trains that are, I believe, bunched together a little bit. How close is Heidi now? Is Heidi sat at this station? Oh no, she isn't. Where is she? Oh, she's just coming in now. Oh, that's better, isn't it? That's much better. Heidi's probably, I was going to say, probably running very low. But no, she's running just fine. Well, isn't that perfect? Now, what are we doing down here? In reality, this drifts off, I believe, crosses over and heads off, continues up to Bern, is it? I'm not sure. I can't remember. But for us, this is obviously the end of the world for us. Up the edge of the map. Sounded a bit dark and disastrous. This is the edge of the map, but we've got a lot of space here. A lot of space for, I would say, some sort of fancy junction work where our freight is prioritized down this end and then some local services that zigzag over. We could bring this out though, couldn't we? We can start to expand and let our intentions be known. We do want to come across here. Keep straight initially. I will more than likely keep this invisible. We could try one of the built-in bridges though, and if necessary tidy it up as we went along. What sort of bridge do we want to do? Obviously the suspension bridge would be nice, but a little excessive. Not a stone bridge. They're 180. It doesn't matter how fast it is. We do have these, don't we? What does that look like? Well, we could run 2 roads through here. I sort of like that idea. Although we're hovering in the middle, it doesn't matter because we could add us our own feet there. We could have it in this colour instead to match the brickwork a little bit. I like that. Right, let's do it. Let's have this like that. As you see, we'll have to do something with this. But then we can run 2 one-way streets either side, I think. Just to improvise a little bit. Perhaps a roundabout. That's a point. Do we have roundabouts? We need to build one, don't we? Hey, we've got them unlocked. Fantastic. Saves us having to build our own. This is technically going to be the freight line coming down here. And perhaps this one as well. They may run this way and this way. I'm not sure yet. But we'll have 2 individual bridges. The same bridge with a gap in the middle that we may or may not do something with. But I believe it'll look the part here. That one, right? That's the one we're using. What's the difference between that and that? Oh, just the railings. Okay. We could have different railings. I like it. It's not heading off straight though, is it? No. We may need to... can we in fact connect with that then instead? It would be nice, wouldn't it? Is that... We can need to connect to there. I don't mind trying to work this. If we delete that and that, we need to run this one out. Ah, that's why I didn't do that. That's fine. We'll run it out all the way. It is fine. Yes, there we go. We've got 2 bridges like that. And we'll run into the side. Just here. 50 kilometers an hour should do us for something like that. You'll see we've got an extended platform here. I like that. In fact, we can use this tool. Go from there. Get it nice and flat. Give us a little bit of a section to work with here. Here we go. That's tidy. You really want to use that one. So it has a nice flat edge. Let's add us the roads so that we know what we're doing. We could have a roundabout at the end, that's for sure. If we delete this back and then run us a couple of roads, like almost like a main roady type thing. What do we need? We could make use of these. That is a possibility. With no bridge. We just want the floor. And number of roads. 2. Number of tracks, none. See, we could get it to run like this and then adjust it as we need. Road distance. See, you can increase the distance. That's pretty cool, isn't it? So we could increase it. 40. There we go. Something like that. You'll see it should be able to go through. Then we can put that in there. They both run the same way. It's a bit excessive. However, what we can do is downgrade them to dual carriageway type things. Yes, those. A number of lanes, 2. Let's get rid of this. We'll put the roundabout-y place up here. We haven't had roundabouts, have we? No, we'll do it just there. Hang on, in a radius. Let's get this a bit bigger. There we go. We'll have a little roundabout just here, which will go from this road here. We do want curvy, I think. That can go into there. We need to upgrade this road. I'm going to have it as a city road, I think. I don't mind them building. So we're going to upgrade that one, flip that one. Is that the right way round? I think. Ooh, no, it's not. It's the wrong way round. That and that. That should be right. Then we can drift off here into there. And then into here, like that. I know, it's made a bit of a meal of our roundabout, but it should be okay. And then we can do something up here similar for that connection. Let's add us another roundabout just here. Same size. In fact, can we... Ooh, no, give them a bit of distance from there. That can go there. And we'll add us another road here. Coming into... Why are you connected? Oh, you... So we head up into this roundabout. And then we head down from that side. It goes under the bridge. And we can have something in the middle. And this can just branch in like that. There we go. No, not like that. You need two-way. That's not going to work the best. There we go. That's better. We don't have any traffic management mods. So we're going to have to just make do with how Transport Fever does not do a very good job at it. Sometimes it does. And you can sort of finagle it a little bit. But it tends not to do the best job in the world. Right, there we go. Then we need, obviously, some sort of footing in the middle. I guess we can use... This wasn't planned. No, this wasn't planned at all. I don't know what I'm doing now. I've just gone ahead and done some crazy things. It's fine. This is how we're going to do it. Usually when I don't plan things, they don't go too great. You don't need an arch. You just need a foot. There we go. Not like that, though. We're going to go down so that it looks like it's built into it. We're going to use our concrete because that's the aesthetic we're going for out here. It's actually nice and symmetrical, isn't it? Look at that. We can use these special heights. We've got -5, but if you come up here, you got -6 as well. And you can send it right down. -12 would be too much. Yeah. Actually, -12 and then push it up a little bit would be ideal, wouldn't it? -12 and then +5. A little less. A little more. There we go. Bring that up a touch more. And we'll put that in there. Can I see it? I mean, it's a bit hard to see. We do it from that angle. And then, can we get one just here? Ooh, I'd like you to be further out. That's fine, actually. We could probably manually do the next one. And one there. If they don't flash, I'll take it. But there is a better way of doing that. Okay, I'm happy with it. So you can place them manually if you really want to. That one's not central, but the other one is. Have they... But that's weird. I didn't put them central. But that one looks central. I don't understand. How can that one be central and they're all lined up? And then by the time you get up here, they're all wonk. They're all wonky. I don't know. It doesn't matter, Grand. As long as they're in. Okay, at least I've got a bit of a footing now. Do we like that? Okay, and then we've got to figure out this middle two. The outside lines can be the commuters. We only need them. Well, one's an express, isn't it? So it's probably going to come in here. So we want the freight bypass to be this one. And it can possibly come through the station this way. Depending on how many trains are we going to have running down there. Probably only this one. So yeah, we could do that. Well, we've got tools up there as well. Well, there's a lot to figure out. But as long as we've got this in now, then we can start thinking about where it's going to go as a junction. We just need a bit of a flat section on the other side, bit of a base section. Ooh, you missed it. One here, one there. That gives us something to work from. This is where we want to separate, isn't it? For our local line. Can do that. Yeah, that's going to start drifting off that way. And flat. There we go. Now we know what we're doing. Are we going to have crossings on the bridge? I'm not sure yet. I'd like to see them use this. I don't know whether they will. But it'll be kind of cool, wouldn't it? We can even decorate it a little bit. We could try something for this middle bit of the roundabout to make sure they don't start building in there by using the fence tool. Is it this one? Yeah. A nice fence, I think. Not quite those. These look like building fences and these look like garden fences. But we could possibly have something a little decorative. Maybe this one? We're going to need it to curve. Well, this section looks like the perfect bit because we can go line first along here, which is straight anyway. So go from there. Is that the right side? We want the posts facing in, don't we? So we'll switch it to the right. We could have gone the other direction, of course. We'll switch it to the right and then try to curve it round with the rest of the road. At the same time, what we should be able to do is prevent the AI building. It might be a little close to the road. I don't know. We'll see. By the time we're done, we'll know. There we go. All the way round. We can also add some trees. Maybe a fountain in the middle. I'm not sure yet. We can play with some ideas, can't we? Yes, and then we need to go straight, don't we? There. And then line for this little section. Like that. And then we need to curve again around here. Okay. Like that, probably. And then can we meet back up? You're not going to curve. It doesn't matter if you don't, to be fair. One there. Finish. How's it look? There we go. Let's see if they don't build. Watch them immediately build there. We could put some trees in there for now. Just to give it a little bit of detail. Until we know what we're doing. Some of these bushes would be nice, wouldn't they? Just dotted around. I mean, we could use this. Strength 1. Just plant them in like that. There we go. Any ones that go over the edge we can delete. We'll do it like that. Well, the flowers themselves can poke through the fence. That's fine. And then, do we have any pretty trees that we can plant in there? I would like to do those singular. There we go. Just something to break up the monotony of all that. No, don't be doing lyrics. Okay. What do you reckon? Is that a nice little roundabout? It's fine for now, isn't it? Let's see if that stops them building in the middle. If they build out there at all. We could even have a bus run down here. It's not the prettiest of roads, but it serves a purpose and it's different. Should we go and do the same over here? I kept meaning to. I mean, it happens in real life. Where are we? Visp. Yeah, this section here should be a roundabout. And we need to do something about the AI doing this, for instance. Oh dear, this is going to cost us a bit. Right, bulldozer, back out. Let's fix you. You're not supposed to be doing that at all. We're going to need to pause it for this. It's much needed though, I will say. I would rather not delete everything. But it looks like we're going to have to. Oh, well, it's just there. That's fine. Oh, we're going to get rid of all those lovely buildings. Goodbye. Uh-oh, vehicle in the way. Easy fix. If we just go with that. Draw that quickly up there. There we go. You can delete that section and it'll make its way up there. Okay, we need a smaller roundabout here. Yes. A fairly tiny roundabout. Or the smallest, if there is one. Perfect. We're going to need to bring this back. We are destroying some of the progress Visp has made, but I think we'll be fine, he says. Right, that's going in there. Now, We need not one way, you need two way. Can we connect into here? Will it look okay? Yes, it will. This needs to go that way and flat. What I'm hoping to do is dig us a little bit of a valley area down here where we can connect up to there, and then hopefully they'll build straight down here. We may need to do retaining wall. Our money has been going up, hasn't it? I've only just noticed. We will, before we head off, check on the state of our new lines. And progress is being made, guys. Progress is being made. We are finally... Oh, why did you click off that? That's what you want. We are finally getting to the point. I mean, that's a rough roundabout, but it is roughly how it is. Say roughly. One more time. We've made it into a egg. It's, well, I mean, it works, doesn't it? It's not how it's supposed to be. Well, it's already an egg, apparently, by attaching roads to it. So, we'll accept our fate, I think. Can you go that way? If it's an egg, it's an egg. We'll take it. There we go. We'll do something like that. That'll be fine. And then we'll tidy this up. Like that. There we go. But that's supposed to be there. Hopefully they'll build back here. And it'll all be pretty, because this road shouldn't technically be here. That one should. That's the main one into town. Are we done? Is that a good one for today? I think we've got most things done. There's no road that actually comes down there, but we'll let them play for a little bit. I'm happy with that. We need to do something with this area. I would like it to be filled in. Hit play again. Should we go check on the state of our trucks to make sure they're running at the absolute maximum? This looks like it's a lot better, as long as it's around the 200. Oh, is this upgraded? Is this supplying? This needs to be at 300. Are you running at 300? 295, pretty much. Yeah, we're not getting a backlog on here. And let's go and check this. Are we going to need more trucks? Absolutely. That's fine. Manage vehicle. It doesn't matter what one you come out of, really. Let's duplicate you. Get another truck running that. We want this to be empty, really. I prefer these to be running perhaps slightly under capacity sometimes. Because we just need to keep the flow going, don't we? We never want that to back up. Let's check on the delivery status. We are backing up, so we definitely do not have enough trucks. We can stick another one of these on. Duplicate you. And then we'll go and have a cab ride somewhere. It's a bit of a different one again today. I just forgot about the things I did in the Midwest Mainline, and when I play the game myself, the actual mechanics of the game, I just forgot to keep on top of them. But seeing our bank balance like this, it bodes well. What this means today was a little bit about building up a bank balance so that we can do that expansion work and hopefully get most of the infrastructure done for our new oil train. And then we get a new wagon on the lines as well, and a different consist. I'm looking forward to that. There's a shiny new truck. What sort of line rate do we have? Probably one more, and then we can adjust it as necessary. Let's do one more. Manage vehicle. Put another one on. There we go. We'll check back on that again. As long as we keep this down, ideally we want to be waiting with it half full on here, or anywhere really. As long as when the one truck pulls out, there's another one pulling in not long after it, and this situation doesn't happen. But that's fine. We can fast forward it a little bit. Come on. There we go. 2 trucks are going to pick up at once. He should wait, try and space himself out, or not. Ignore me. Oh, there's another truck coming, that's why. Let's see how that does. Hopefully we'll get that at 300%. 300%? 100% of 300. 300%. That's impossible. But anyway, there we go. This truck should help with this. We may need to do some things with that as well. There we go, guys. A bit of a different episode. Although things are happening just here. We'll keep an eye on the AI, see if they build houses in there. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they don't bring in a road here as well. I want this to be kept. We could have another little segment, couldn't we, along here. Make sure they don't do that. This road here, I don't know how we're going to work it. We'll probably have a section here that looks like it goes underneath, like next to it. So we'll have to have like a little side road coming off, something like that, that actually doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, like that. We'd also have to delete that back, but that's fine. It'd just be that section there. There we go. And we'd have a little road to nowhere going in that way. I need to remove some of the gubbins that we've got going on. Perhaps we can go in at that angle. Don't know. We've got to miss the bridge struts. There, something like that. And then we make a little archway and pretend that there's things happening under there. We can even put one of those magnets that we've got up here under there, so people are walking in and out. There we go. We're done. Guys, we're done. And perfect timing. We'll head out the other way this time and go to Speaks. Well, we did last time, but with our new set... Oh. Why? Well, it's not on the track. We're good. Okay, guys, we're on board. This time, our trees are not on the track. That's helpful. And when we come back, we're going to extend that bridge we're just leaving behind us. One to go up to our refinery, our oil refinery, that doesn't require crude oil. Thankfully, that simplifies it a little bit. And our little commuter as well. We'll figure out what we're doing with that. So until next time, take care.